Entertainment Mode Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Doctor Who The Giggles, the new episode released today, and my thoughts on it. Wow. Wow, RTD. To fucking fuck up this badly on an episode that was fucking fantastic in the middle. Oh my god, what the fuck were you thinking? This episode is actually good to a point. And the only fucking reason this episode had any fucking potential was Neil Patrick Harris. That guy, fucking hell, he was amazing. He was fucking amazing. The toy maker, oh my god, one of the best fucking bad guys we have seen in a long time. But the way they ended this, oh my god, the way they end this just destroys everything. Fucking hell. I'm just shocked. Like, you were nearly fucking there, RTD. You were so close to the best episode we've seen in such a long time, and you fuck it up with that regeneration. Are you fucking kidding me? That's how much faith we have in Ncuti Gatwa, right? That's how much faith you have in him. The fucking bullshit of that. Oh, Jesus. This episode, unbelievable how bad it ends. Like this, I'm just shocked because the start is crap. The end is bullshit, but the middle is fucking fantastic. The toy maker is such a great fucking character, and the way RTD uses him in this episode was amazing. I can't fucking lie and say it isn't, because it is. But everything else in this episode, other than the toy maker, is shit. You have the Doctor acting crazy and taking a dig at humanity. You also have in this episode, oh, how do I say this without getting taken off YouTube? You have a little bit of a talk about certain things that people don't want to take but are getting told to take. And there's a scene in this that is so fucking blatantly obvious of what it's trying to represent. Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, okay, I get it. Everybody's got to take the vax. I get it. But in a Doctor Who episode, you do that shit? Fuck you, RTD. Oh, God. Oh, my God. And it took about 1 minute for this episode to go woke. It took 1 minute. A little bit longer than last time, but it was there. And trust me, if you watch this episode, you fucking saw the scene. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, my God. That quick. Not as quick as last time, but that quick. Okay. But the regeneration scene is where everything falls apart. Everything. Like, how can you fuck up this badly with that? I am just absolutely gutted because this episode literally had me on the edge of my seat. Because, again, the toy maker is the only reason this episode is any good. I'm disappointed. I am massively. I had a lot of faith at the beginning. All fucking gone now. And oh, wasn't it very surprising that the announcer of the episode didn't mention the viewing numbers this time? I wonder why. Is it because, oh, I don't know, you lost about 200,000 viewers last week, didn't you? I wonder how many we're going to lose this week. That should be funny. It pisses me off because, again, this episode, in the middle part of this episode is fucking fantastic. It's interesting. It's fucking edge of your seat. Fucking RTD at his best. And then we get to the regeneration. And the fucking wording of the regeneration. Oh my fucking God. By generation? Are you by generation? By. Fuck you. By generation. Again, it shows how much faith the BBC, Disney and RTD have in Ncuti Gatwa. It just shows. And oh my god, the use of honey in this fucking episode. Oh, and the fucking TARDIS bit. The TARDIS bit with the hammer. Oh my god, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Especially when, again, there's a fucking TARDIS on Earth hidden in the trees that David could literally go get. The one you abandoned, Doctor. Remember? Oh my god, the Jodie Whittaker era. Oh god, I hate remembering it. Oh, and the flux got brought up again. About 2 seconds. I could give a toss. So what would I give this episode out of 10? Because let's just get on with it. What would I give this episode? I would have given it, and I'm not bullshitting it, I would have given it a 10. If we hadn't done this bullshit with the bi-generation and the ending as a whole. I would have given it a 10. Just because the toy maker is just such a fan-fucking-tastic character. What would I give this episode now because of the ending? Oh, it's a fucking 3. It's a fucking 3 out of 10. Fuck you, RTD. Just fuck you. 3 out of fucking 10. Let's get into fucking spoilers now. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave in 3, 2, 1. So, how does this episode start? Well, we start in Soho in the 1940s or whatever. I don't remember. And the toy maker is in his store, and a gentleman comes in to buy a toy. Now, why is he buying this toy? Well, we'll find out in a minute. So, but he seems to be very interested in buying a doll. Goes up to the toy maker and asks to buy it. Where the toy maker is very German for some reason. I thought it was funny, but if you think you're German, are you kind of insulted by the accent? I kind of think if I was German, that would kind of be insulting. But I thought it was funny. I'm just saying. So he buys the toy, and you know the toy maker's going on, he's talking shit, and then when he hands him the doll, and this is the woke bullshit, he says you're probably not used to the climate. Because the guy is not white. Are you fucking kidding me? You're not used to the climate? Fuck you, RTD. Just fuck off. We literally had an episode where Martha goes back in time and that... Oh my god, RTD knew how to do this once. He did. Are you fucking kidding me? Having a racist line like that at the fucking start of the episode? Get the fuck out of here. So he buys the fucking doll. It turns out this guy works for the man who created television. I don't know his name, I'm sorry, I forgot. So that's what it is. The doll is the first image on TV. And so they needed the doll to move because he needs to prove that television is a financial option for people. Because if they only see a picture, why would someone invest all their money in that? Why wouldn't they just buy a picture frame? So they need the toy to move, and the toy does move. Its mouth comes undone. It goes, catches fire, and then you start hearing the giggles. Back to the present after the whole, song shit happens. We're back in the present, 2023, where everybody's gone fucking nuts, and the Doctor's running about, and then you see a car driving through the road, and a random guy decides to run in front of the car where the Doctor has to step in and save this moron's life. And then the moron goes and says, I'm right, I pay my taxes, I am not going to be persuaded in any way. Now this is such blatant fucking political bullshit. Oh my god. I know what you're doing, RTD. I fucking know what you're doing. This is to the fans, straight up. All this episode is about, by the way, is literally people being so fucking hard-headed. Not letting people have a conversation, thinking that you're right all the time. Are you fucking kidding me, RTD? Are you that pissed off at the fans because we didn't accept Jodie Whittaker and her bullshit era? Because this is going to change our minds, isn't it? This episode, that's going to change our minds. We're all going to turn around and say, you know what, Jodie Whittaker's era was not terrible. It wasn't garbage to the point I wanted to punch some certain people in the face. No, it was great. It was fantastic. Fuck you. It was shit. And having some fucking bullshit scene of just saying that you're a moron if you don't have, you want to change your mind. It's like, I'm willing to have my mind changed. You know what? If they actually had Jodie Whittaker having decent episodes, not bullshit bollocks ones, then you know what? I could have my mind changed. But it's just so blatant throughout this episode. But we haven't even gotten to the vaccine part. Oh, that's going to be good. So the doctor lets the man walk off and the car drives off. Everybody's going nuts. You've got police bikes getting ridden by weirdos. And you've then got a guy who's a toy maker dancing in the middle of the street. Grabs the doctor, dances with him, and the doctor doesn't know who he is yet, so he just lets him go. He heads back to Donna, and then unit turn up with their commanding officer. Don't know his name, didn't catch it. And this scene disappoints me because Wilfred. I know they didn't know he was going to die. I know that. But that's it, is it? That's all he gets. Just look up, Donna just shouting, "Look after my granddad." That's it, is it? That's it. That's all he gets. Bullshit. So Donna tells him to look after Wilfred, while they jump on a couple of helicopters and head to Unit HQ in London. They land, and we meet up with Wheelchair Girl. I don't fucking give a shit about her name. So Wheelchair Girl is there, meets up with them and says, "Oh, the doctor's happy to see her, blah, 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 blah." We then see Kate, she's there. Tells the doctor the situation, basically. Everybody's going nuts. They believe it's something to do with in the airwaves. Something has gone, crazy in humanity. And then she says, stupidest words, "How the hell do we fight the human race?" What? I'm sorry. Humans don't know how to fight humans? Are you fucking kidding me? We kind of do that on a daily fucking basis. Absolute dog shit. Anyway, so they go through the doors, get into the facility, what the fuck ever, the office, whatever. And, Kate's kind of explaining the situation and then brings up the band things around everybody's arm because the doctor notices it. Oh, we also bump into Mel because Mel's there. Mel is an old, companion of the doctor. And then she kind of goes on about how, she did her adventures on her own and came back to Earth because her life is so depressing. Shit. Anyway, Kate then explains more about the bands, and then instead of Kate, who's in charge of Unit and should not do stupid things like this, decides to give the Doctor a little demonstration of what's going on in humanity right now, because the bands help humanity. Well, at least they're the reason Unit's not going nuts. It's blocking a signal that is infecting humanity. So she takes the band off. And again, as leader of Unit, wouldn't you get one of your subordinates? What about the one in the wheelchair? Someone who is not as important as you are, as you're in charge. But okay, she takes the band off and then starts going fucking mad. Insulting the doctor, calling him an alien. And I couldn't help but kind of see that she was going irrational. Some people on the left seem to call people on the right when they have actual fucking concerns about shit and then saying, "You're just hysterical, you're just going nuts." Fuck off. Okay, because I think it's fucking stupid when you fucking say shit like this, like there's 100,000 genders and you need to use people's pronouns. I think that's a bit over the top, don't you think? But maybe I'm just looking into it. Maybe RTD's own thinking about everybody. You know how both sides are as crazy as each other, which I would actually agree with. Because you know what? Both sides are fucking crazy. Left, right, you're all crazy. But do you really think the BBC, RTD, do you think they're actually saying one side or two sides? I'll let you kind of decide on that. But anyway, so she starts insulting the doctor, going a bit crazy. Then they reactivate the band. And, there. They pretty much say, that pretty much shows the band is blocking whatever signal is going in the human's head so that they can actually work and not trying to kill each other. And then we get, do we get the vaccine scene. Now I get it. People are going to say, what do you mean vaccine? They're talking about bands. You know what they were doing with this scene. You fucking know what they were doing. Because they bring up the fact, well, at least the Doctor does, why are you giving everybody these bans? Why are you not giving them these things to stop them going crazy? Well, they bring up what basically is a Fox News channel to say, we can't do that because people are saying it's going to rot their brain. Misinformation. You know that bullshit. But come on now with the vaccine. I can't say anything on YouTube because I know I'll get fucked. But you know what they're trying to do with this scene. Anyway, so they can't give out the bans because people would refuse them, apparently, because they're not seeing everybody go nuts around the world, killing each other and doing stupid things. No. Because, you know, when people get proof like that, they'll still deny it. I mean, honestly, you've got to be fucking retarded. I can't go into that, can I? Okay, I've got to move on from this. But, again, that was basically a vax thing. So, the Doctor tries to figure out what's going on, looks around, and then figures out that there's a signal embedded into every screen in the world. And that is what's coming out of it. Donna then starts to hear something in the airwaves and figures out that it might be a song like da 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 da. That's what she starts singing, or at least Mel starts singing. And then when they kind of focus on that, it turns out not to be a song, but a giggle. It's a giggle that's going into everybody's mind and making them go insane. Which I kind of thought in this episode, this is when the episode started to get very interesting. Where I would actually say this is RTD at his best. So the signal is going to every computer screen, and then the Doctor figures out that it's from a certain image. The doll from the beginning of the episode. So he scans, he finds it, grabs Donna, heads to the TARDIS, and heads back to see the toy maker. Oh, by the way, they figure out when the picture was, you know, first made so that they can go back in time. Just thought I'd mention that. So they go back in time, and the Doctor, whilst he's heading to the store, we get a little moment with the Doctor and Donna. And the Doctor, well, not the Doctor, Donna brings up the fact the Doctor seems a bit run down. He seems like he's running from something and like he needs to take a break. You know, actually concentrate on that shit because it's going to be very important at the oh my god, the regeneration. Trust me, which will make no fucking sense, but we'll get to that. Anyway, so the Doctor and Donna head to the toy store, where the Doctor remembers the character he's seeing in the room. Oh, it's the same guy who he was dancing with in the middle of London. They head into the store where the toy maker is juggling a couple of balls and explaining the balls were the first game ever invented on Earth. And, you know, he starts throwing the balls to the Doctor, and the Doctor starts to look a bit terrified. To the point he tells Donna to run back to the TARDIS. And Donna says, "You've never told me to do that before." Donna, I kind of think you've forgotten. The Doctor said that to you quite a bit, actually. Because, unfortunately, RTD, I did just watch the library before this episode. I can remember the Doctor sending you back to the TARDIS. You know, you did get trapped in the library, but the Doctor did send you back to the fucking TARDIS. Like, he has done this before, Donna. Like, that's not, like, crazy. Anyway, so the toy maker basically is challenging the Doctor and then tells the Doctor about the second game that was invented, which was hide and seek. Runs back behind the curtains, shuts the curtains, and then when the Doctor opens it, there's a door. They head through the door, and then turns out it's a massive hall where they tried to reopen the door that they came through, but just leads into another bunch of rooms. And the Doctor explains that the toy maker, because this will be for people who don't know who the toy maker is, because he's a very old villain. But if you're a major Doctor Who fan, you understand how dangerous the toy maker is. He's not a Time Lord. He's not a human. He's a very powerful god, or at least, you know, he's in an under universe. Again, you have to watch the really old Doctor Who to know who this guy is. So the Doctor explains who the Toymaker is to Donna. He says that he's one of his most powerful bad guys. He has all this immense power, and whilst they're going through, the Doctor kind of brings up, I don't know why, how he feels inferior to the Toymaker. How if you take away the TARDIS, how you take away the sonic screwdriver, he's nothing. And I'm just, what? Doctor, you've been without the sonic screwdriver a lot. You've been without the TARDIS a lot. Like, you're not great because of any of those things. You're great because you're a great person. You're a strong person. You're willing to give your life for your family, for your friends, for anybody. That's what makes you like the greatest character. Not any of that. But to have a scene where the Doctor just shits on himself was stupid. Unbelievable. Anyway, so the Doctor and Donna get split up because the Doctor goes through a room, shuts the door behind him, and Donna and him get split up. And whilst they're walking around on their own, the Doctor bumps into the guy from the beginning of the episode, the guy who bought the toy. And it turns out he was made into this puppet thing for the Toymaker. Tells the Doctor that he couldn't get the giggling out of his head, went back to the Toymaker to get it fixed. But the Toymaker, as he's the Toymaker, told him he can only do that if he plays his game. And then the man explains that he got beaten by the Toymaker and now he has to live out the rest of his life as this puppet. Which, is pretty depressing for him because he doesn't want to go back to his mother looking like that. Even though he can't move without somebody pulling his strings. I don't know why. Anyway, the Toymaker comes up. And again, this is the best part of the episode because, again, Neil Patrick Harris, he's just great as the Toymaker. I mean, every scene he's in, he brings in such power, such emotion. He's such a fucking good actor in this. It was amazing to see him on screen. It really was. So he cuts the string and actually, before he does, the puppet turns into him, and then he says that is his greatest, invention was him. And then the Doctor legs it, shuts the door behind him. We then get a scene between Donna and some figurines. An old Scottish woman and her kids attack Donna, and Donna kicks the shit out of an old plastic toy, which was kind of funny, to be honest. And then the Doctor and Donna bump into each other, hug it out, and then head off. But then they go into a room where the Toymaker is. The Toymaker brings him to the front, and then you get the scene where the Toymaker shows Donna everything that's happened since they've been split apart. You find out about what happened to Amy, you find out what happened to Clara, and you find out what happened to Billy. Is that her name? Where you find out what happened to them. They all died, and I loved how the Toymaker didn't just tell Donna that. He just said, that's okay. It's like, because the Doctor kept trying to explain what happened. Tried to kind of argue to Donna, listen, yes, they died, but there was something good that came from it. But then the Toymaker just destroys that by saying, then that's okay. Then that's okay. And it was such a good scene between him and the Doctor. Again, the middle part of this episode is fucking fantastic. The way the Doctor and the Toymaker, talk to each other, it's just fan-fucking-tastic. How the fuck can you fuck it up this bad at the end? Anyway, and then he brings up the flux for about 2 seconds, and again, I still don't remember the flux. I really don't. Like, apparently the Doctor had to destroy the galaxy. I just don't know. Apparently that's what happened. And then the Toymaker brings a table out, and then the Doctor and the Toymaker start to talk to each other again, where the Toymaker is shuffling some cards in front of him, and the Doctor is kind of explaining, or at least asking the Toymaker, like, what's his plan? Why are you here? What are you doing? You have this immense power. What do you want? But the toy maker brings up the fact that he's beaten all these people, and he wants to have a final fight with the Doctor. But he also brings up a person that he doesn't want to fight. Somebody that even the toy maker is scared of. That's not the Doctor. So I think RTD is trying to make another big bad guy. I have no idea who it is. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't. Anyway, so the Doctor challenges the toy maker to a game. And Donna tries to bring up the fact that as the toy maker is evil, he would obviously cheat. But the Doctor kind of has to remind, well, at least tell Donna, that's not how the toy maker works. Like, he's immensely powerful. Like, he has no rules except the rules of the game. And the rules of the game, the toy maker will stay absolutely fair to. He would follow the rules. So the Doctor says, if I win, you leave humanity alone. If you win, something happens. I didn't really remember what happened there. So the Doctor challenges to a game of high cards. So basically you pick up the card and whoever has the highest card wins. And the toy maker agrees to this. And Doctor pulls out an 8. Oh, I forgot to mention, the Master also challenged the Doctor, challenged the toy maker to a game and lost, and now he's a gold tooth in the toy maker's mouth. I don't know why that needed to be put in the episode, to be honest. Like, there was no need. Nothing happens because of it. Like, the Master does not appear in any of this, in any part of this episode. So I don't know why you need to put the Master in this at all. Anyway, so the toy maker pulls out a king, wins the game, and then is about to pretty much kill the Doctor, I kind of think. But then the Doctor kind of says, no, you only won this game, but the rules between players, because the Doctor did beat the toy maker the first time they met, so they're both at a 1-1, and so the Doctor says best out of 3, basically. And the toy maker agrees, but doesn't play the game straight away, tells the Doctor he'll meet him to play the next game in 2023. And then uses a sheet and disappears. So the Doctor and Donna run back to the TARDIS, head back to 2023, head back to Unit, where Unit fire their cannon at... Oh my god, I completely forgot about the dumb scene. Yeah, they were explaining about the governments of the world pretty much going fucking crazy. You know, because they're not using the ban things. By the way, didn't mostly every politician in the world get... I can't say that. But I think every politician would have taken the ban. Okay? I think enough proof in the real world kind of shows enough politicians would have taken the ban. But apparently they didn't. Everybody on this planet, all the politicians, nobody took the bans. So UNIT is controlled by the UN. So they can't make a move without UN approval. So the Doctor gives them that approval to fire a gun or a laser cannon at a new North Korean satellite, which is where the signal is bouncing off and affecting the world. So you're waiting for the UN to tell you to do the right thing. That's kind of fucking stupid. But as the Doctor is president of the world, he gives the order, and so they get ready to fire the beam. We also had the scene where Donna gets offered a job by Unit. I don't know why. I don't know why. She gets offered a job because she can type fast. Anyway, and she figured out the giggle thing. Okay, I understand now. She figured out the giggle thing. So, yeah, Doctor gives those orders. Back to where I was. So the Doctor gets back. They fire the cannon, blow up the satellite. Doesn't really fix the problem because there's still a shitload of screens in the world that their giggles are coming from. And so, whilst the Doctor is trying to explain the situation to them about the fact there is this terrifying bad guy with this immense power, because the girl in the wheelchair keeps saying, like, why do you think you can't beat him? Why is he this powerful? And then the Doctor pretty much just says, would you believe me if I said he was an omniscient being with immense power? I don't know. That's all he said. Like, he's a very powerful person, blah, 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 blah. So whilst they're dealing with all this, and Mel has a depressing scene about how her family are all dead. Again, that's literally what in this episode. We come to a very great scene, and I will admit it's a great fucking scene. So the toy maker comes out of nowhere and starts playing the Spice Girls song, and then running around dancing with all the women and knocking them out. You have unit security trying to shoot him, but every time they fire their bullets, flowers come out, and then he disappears, the toy maker. They run outside to the gun, where he has taken over the gun, pointing at them. Kate kind of asks what happened to her men around the gun, and the toy maker says, well, they're pretty much falling down the building, and then all you can hear in the background is people hitting the ground or windows. So yeah, the toy maker killed them. Oh, there's also the toy maker turned 2 security guards into balloons, where the Doctor has to tell Kate, yeah, they're dead. Okay, so that's the end of the great part of this episode, the toy maker's best parts. We then go into the toy maker and the Doctor and the gun, which the gun is going to be very important because it activates something stupid. Anyway, so the Doctor tries to reason with the toy maker because he's just too powerful for him to deal with. Why not leave this world? Why not go together and play games amongst the stars together? Toy maker says no, because humanity is just so fucked up and just so interesting for him, so he's just going to stay here and keep messing around with them, because they're all evil bastards who just have all these games that he can play. They're just so much... It pissed me off, this scene. It's like, the Doctor's seen the best of humanity. He's seen the worst, I get it, but he's seen the best of humanity. Why has he not tried to make a stand here? Why has he not said humanity's more than their hate? Humanity's more than their, anger. Because that's what old Doctor Who would do. And in this episode, all the Doctor seems to have done is just say that humans are basically evil cunts. Which is just not that character. So, the Doctor challenges here. Well, the Doctor thinks they're going to play the game. Their final game with each other. But the toy maker brings up the fact that as the Doctor's first game with him, he had a different face, and the David Tennant Doctor lost the last game, he wants to play a different faced Doctor. So he fires the gun at the Doctor, killing him. And this has to be the worst fucking scene, I think, in Doctor Who history, which right now is the children time bullshit. So the Doctor dies. He's about to regenerate, and I was just like, this early in an episode, you're getting rid of David Tennant this early in an episode, because I didn't think what was going to happen was going to happen. I thought Ncuti Gatwa was going to come out and take over the episode. Oh, was I so wrong? Well, I wasn't that wrong, but oh my god, was I wrong. So the Doctor's regenerating. Mel and Donna decide to go sit to kind of comfort the Doctor whilst he's regenerating. By the way, Donna's only seen this once, and he didn't change then either. But apparently she knows about... I can't be dealing with this shit. Anyway, so whilst the Doctor's regenerating, something weird happens. The Doctor feels a bit weird. His face has not changed yet. What is happening with this regeneration? So the Doctor tells Mel and Donna to pull his arms. And then something absolutely fucking stupid happens. So they start pulling, and oh look! Ncuti Gatwa then splits from David Tennant. Yes, I'm not bullshitting you. This happens. This regeneration happens. So Donna pulls David and Mel pulls Ncuti. They pull them apart and boom! You got 2 fucking Doctors. Oh my fucking god. By the way, they don't just edit there. No. Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor says he brings up a name for the fucking regeneration, a bi-regeneration. And says it's a very rare... oh, Christ. It's a very rare thing for Time Lords to do. Really? Oh, is it really that rare, is it? Oh, you are... I am shocked. I am shocked. Is it that rare? So, yes, the BBC, Disney, and RTD have so much faith in Ncuti Gatwa, they're keeping David Tennant around. Just wow. Just fucking wow. Oh, shit. This is the worst regeneration in history. And we had fucking... Oh, we've had shit ones. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yes. Anyway, let's get to the end of this shit. Because it's not even the worst bit. It's not even the worst bit. Because Ncuti Gatwa's doctor keeps saying honey as well. Just to make sure we all understand that he's gay. Okay. Someone's going to say, what do you mean? Oh, come on now. Come on now. You know how that fucker was acting. The guy's gay in real life. I mean, come on. So, he keeps saying honey with people. Like, honey, you okay? Jesus. Fucking hell. I'm sorry, I'm still on the regeneration thing. A bi-regeneration. Pulling apart. Just, what? Fucking hell. So, the doctors... I can't believe I'm saying this. So, both the doctors challenge the toy maker to a game. The toy maker, being very confident, agrees. And so, he challenges them to a game of balls. Or was that David Tennant? I don't fucking know. Someone brings up ball game. So, they start... So, basically, how they're going to beat the toy maker is they're going to play catch. They're going to play catch, and the rules are whoever drops the ball loses. So they throw the ball around, and then I think it was hold on. So it was Ncuti Gatwa who threw the ball at the toy maker, and he misses. The ball gets away, so the toy maker loses the game, and as he loses the game, the doctors both get to choose their reward, and the reward is to banish the toy maker to non-existence. And they win. And the toy maker disappears and then just says, my allegiance will be after you. And then they bring out a box. He gets dropped in there. And there it is. They've defeated the toy maker. This was the worst defeat of a bad guy in Doctor Who history. Like, the worst. Like, he was such... Like, Neil Patrick Harris was fucking amazing, and this is how you beat him? A game of fucking catch? Fuck off. So, what do we do now? Because there's two doctors. And the doctor feels a bit depressed and hugs Ncuti Gatwa. They head back to the TARDIS, where the doctor is kind of explaining everything to Ncuti, where it's kind of a bit weird because he's just come out of you, so wouldn't he already know most of this shit anyway? Where Donna and the Ncuti Gatwa doctor bring up the fact that David Tennant's doctor is run down. You know, he's too old. He's done too much with his life. He needs to take a break, people, because they were deciding on who should take the TARDIS, and Ncuti was kind of saying, listen, old man, you got to take a break now. I'll take it from here. Why didn't you just get rid of David? Again, it's like, why are you keeping him around? Are you that fucking terrified that Ncuti Gatwa was going to be such a disaster? Which is why they keep him around. Let's be fucking honest. So, this is just the stupidest scene. So, Ncuti Gatwa's doctor realises they need to win a prize because they defeated the toy maker, even though the prize you already got, which was banishing the toy maker. So he goes to some fucking hallway, grabs a fucking mallet, and then runs out of the TARDIS and hits the TARDIS with the mallet, which then pops out another fucking TARDIS. What? Like, what? How the fuck does that make sense? Why would that work? What the fuck is that mallet? So you just hit the TARDIS and another one just pops out, the exact identical one. Fucking hell. So that's how they're fixing this. Both Ncuti Gatwa and David Tennant are both going to have TARDISes, whatever the fucking word is for that. And so Ncuti says goodbye to David and Donna. David's going to stay with Donna and try to have a normal life, while Ncuti Gatwa's going to go off and be the Doctor. And the ending of this episode is Donna's family and David Tennant having a meal, talking about Wilfred going off to shoot some animals, where the Doctor pretty much said, I've to put shields around them so Wilfred's not going to really have a good time. Okay, so just making his whole thing kind of pointless. And the episode ends with us seeing Ncuti Gatwa in a TARDIS heading off somewhere. And then we get a trailer for the next episode, which is the Christmas episode, where you see Ncuti Gatwa dancing with a kilt on, meeting up with a blonde girl, and fighting some pirates. Or some orc pirates, I don't fucking know. And that's it. That's the end of David Tennant's, which we all kind of thought was final episode. Fucking hell, was this close to being a fantastic episode. It really fucking was. And that's only because of the toy maker. That's the only reason. They were so fucking close. It's insane to me. Like, and the ending, the fucking regeneration, which makes no sense, and is obviously the BBC and Disney trying to make sure that if Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor fails, they can bring David Tennant back to save this franchise. But here's a little bit of a kind of a bit of a clue here, Disney. David Tennant's come back and your viewing figures have been shit. You've only got 5 million, which is your biggest live viewers. Your last episode only got 4.8. So I don't think David Tennant's going to be bringing any new fucking viewers to your fucking show. This episode died at the end. It fucking died. And I'm just absolutely fucking pissed off. Because they were that close. They were so close to having a fantastic episode. And I just say this. I don't give Doctor Who 2 years. I don't. I think it's done. I don't think Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor goes anywhere. I think they'll get the worst ratings in history. And I think Disney's going to abandon it. I think they'll do a desperate attempt to try to get more viewers again with David. But again, it's been proven he's not a draw for audiences anymore. And again, I just don't see a future for Doctor Who. It's a joke at this point. I mean, what is the point anymore? Like, you're just fucking up lore. Fucking regeneration doesn't mean jack shit anymore. I mean, just to say you have no faith in the guy. You have no faith that you keep David Tennant around. It's embarrassing at this point. And the only good thing about this episode was Neil Patrick Harris. And you got rid of him! Oh, I should also bring up the fact the Master Tooth fell out of the toy maker's mouth. Again, no idea why that fucking part is in this episode. No idea. 3 out of 10. Fucking dog shit. And that's the end of my review. If you like this video, I like it. If you dislike this video, a dislike. And if you like my content, do think about subscribing. And leave a comment, and I'll try to get back to it as soon as I can. Air to World Soldier. Bye.